Good morning, everyone. It's still morning. Thank you for being here. My name is Mark Wallace, and as the head of sales, I am thrilled to be here today to give you this update on Keysight Global Sales. So for those of you who I have not met before, by way of introduction, I started my career with this company in 1985 as an electrical engineer, but I've spent the majority of the last 35 years, more than 31 of them, in sales. In direct sales, in managing indirect channels, and across a wide variety of sales leadership roles. Okay, so with that, let's get started and begin with 4 themes about Keysight's global sales. But I really take us back 2 years ago to this room, to the last Investor Day, when I announced a bold initiative to double the number of frontline sellers across the organization without increasing our sales cost envelope. And as Ron mentioned in the opening, we are on schedule and on plan to achieving that objective. And since we began this program a little more than 3 years ago, we've increased the total number of frontline sellers by 60%, 60%, and we've actually reduced our cost per order dollar, right? So we've increased selling capacity and we've improved sales productivity. And as a result of that, we have delivered on every commitment that we made 2 years ago at the last Investor Day, most notably the top line performance and the acquisition of new customers. And we're achieving these results by deepening relationships with leading customers across multiple segments and leveraging those successes across the entire ecosystem. We are improving our value selling skills and expanding margins for Keysight, and we are just getting started. We will continue to increase sales capacity, sales capability, sales productivity, with an emphasis on recurring revenue growth and leveraging a new e-commerce channel. So, taking a closer look at Keysight Global Sales, as Ron mentioned, every year we do business with more than 32,000 customers in more than 100 countries around the world. And last year that yielded $4.4 billion in orders, which represented a 10% core order growth rate. And with the acceleration and the focus on growing services and software faster than the rest of the business, those two combined to equal more than 30% of our total business last year. You can see our global sales footprint, which mirrors the rest of our organization. We're close to customers, and we have increased our selling capacity in each of those 3 regions in the last 2 years, and we've prioritized it to where the growth is. For example, across parts of Asia, in Silicon Valley, and as Sunjai talked about, around the 4 major automotive ecosystems in the US and Germany, in China, and in Japan. And you know, while we continue to build out our direct sales channel, we continue to access an extensive network of solution partners and channel resellers and distributors that extend our reach even further and represent about 25% of our total business. So as I mentioned before, we delivered on all of our commitments made 2 years ago, and I'll call out 2 more in particular. Number 1, the successful deployment of our dedicated global sales channel. And number 2, the shift of our entire sales organization to selling solutions with the right skills and the right onboarding of talent that Ingrid talked about before, helping us create more value for customers and more margin for the company. And the results over the last 2 years speak for themselves. Positive order growth in every region, in every segment, with accelerated growth in services and software. And this is all being done while reducing our cost per order dollar by 15%. So these changes, these upgrades that we've made in the last 2 years have really created a global sales machine for Keysight, as pictured in this simplified funnel diagram, which, by the way, is the essence of sales, right? Managing a funnel of opportunities. And it all begins at the top with marketing and the amazing job that Marie and her entire team continue to do to feed more leads to sales. And as a result of that, the top of our funnel is larger than it was 2 years ago, right? A lot larger, 45% larger. And because we've added all these additional sellers and this additional selling capability, we're able to progress and qualify all these additional leads into deals and then convert those deals into orders for Keysight. And the result is a 14% order CAGR over the last 2 years. One additional note on resource deployment, we do this dynamically, real time, to where the best opportunities are, and I'll share 2 more examples with you now. One is around our largest customers, our top 20 to be specific, where we now have more than 400 dedicated sales and application engineering resources, most of which reside on site with these customers, helping them to innovate and delivering the extraordinary growth that we've been doing from our top customers. And the other is in the geography, where we've increased the number of frontline sellers by 50% in the last 2 years, helping to deliver double-digit order growth consistently over the last 2 years and capturing 5,000 new customers, as Marie talked about before. Now, we've heard from Jay and Satish and Sun Chai about the market dynamics and how they are shifting across multiple segments. And the customers that we serve and their buying trends are a reflection of these dynamics, and they are accelerating, starting with time to market pressures, compounded with increased complexity and more competition, is driving our customers to seek more total solutions, thus our shift to selling solutions, solution selling capabilities. As John talked about, our customers are looking to get the most out of all of their assets. And as Jay talked about, they're looking to optimize their engineering workflow, thus the launch of our dedicated services sales channel and the introduction of PathWave. A couple years ago, technology waves were in the early stages of field trials. Many of them are now advancing rapidly to commercialization and to scale, thus our early and continuing engagement with industry leaders, as Satish was talking about. And I'll tell you, all of our customers are looking to extend their digital buying experience because it's fast and it's easy, thus the launch of our new e-commerce platform. So we have had a very consistent go-to-market strategy to drive long-term profitable growth for Keysight with 3 committed priorities. Number 1, growing our business from new customers and extending our reach to diversify our base. Number 2, accelerating growth from solutions by engaging early and deeply with industry leaders to gain market share and then to leverage those successes to sell the differentiation of our first-to-market solution to all of our customers. And number 3, expanding our business from services and software, adding more value to our customers and growing our recurring revenue. So I'll double-click into each of these in just a minute, but first, let's take a look at how we are improving our sales productivity. So sales productivity is simple. It's 2 things. One is it's sales capacity and sales capability. And we are simultaneously growing both of those right now. On the capacity side, I already told you about how we've increased the number of frontline sellers by 60%. And from this higher base, now we will take that up yet another 25% to double the number of frontline sellers. This year, in addition, we've integrated our Ixia sales operation, and we are scaling our e-commerce platform to extend our reach even further. And then sales capability, it is about onboarding the right talent, again, as Ingrid was talking about, but it's also about the right skills, with the right tools and training and measures, and as Ron spoke about, really critical, the right incentive compensation to drive the right behaviors and outcomes. So with that, if we look at the 3 growth strategies, the first one is accelerating growth from new customers, all right? And again, this begins with marketing. In this case, digital marketing, with an emphasis on Keysight's industry expertise, right? Our thought leadership. And it's through this insight that we actually help our customers reframe their entire understanding of the challenges they face, the measurement challenges, the technical challenges, the business challenges. And through a guided buying process, we lead them to our solutions. And oftentimes, that solution is a product, a highly differentiated product. And when that's the case, we make it as fast and easy as possible for our customers to acquire that product, either through e-commerce and extending our customers' digital buying experience to 100%, or through a partner. Either way, it's fast and it's easy. One other note, as we launched the e-commerce platform about the middle of last year, we are finding that most of the customers that are coming to us through this new platform are new. Nearly 70% of our customers that are coming to us through e-commerce are new customers for Keysight. Number 2 is accelerating growth from solutions, again, by engaging deeply and early with industry leaders. I've already shown you how we've increased our on-site presence with application engineers and sales resources helping our customers to innovate. And it's through those resources and that engagement that we bring all of Keysight's capabilities to our leading customers. And then we leverage that through our large and growing global sales organization, combined with our regional solution delivery capabilities to sell those same solutions to thousands of customers every year across multiple segments. And finally, services. As John talked about, we are using the same exact proven solution selling approaches to selling services. And we're doing it at the same time we're selling the hardware and the software, not later on. And as a result, we are growing our upfront attached value-added services, right? And then with the addition of Keysight Care and the multi-year Keysight Care, with those renewals and attach rate, we are growing this even further. So a case study, an example of customer success as the result of solutions and services. In this case, a leading semiconductor customer, a wafer fab, and a legacy installed base customer of Keysight. So this customer was faced with new throughput and technology challenges. And I tell you, we could have solved those problems by selling them more of the same systems that we sold them before. But instead, we innovated. We innovated with this customer and with the industry, and we found a better way forward in the form of a breakthrough first-to-market solution called the P9000, which is a massively parallel parametric test solution. So for the customer, what this meant was they achieved their goals with fewer testers and a longer runway of capability in the future. But we didn't stop there. We innovated even further. By working closely with them, we customized a suite of solution wraparound custom services to help them ramp and accelerate their productivity and sustain that over time. So what did this mean for us, for Keysight? It meant a larger sale than it would have been if we sold them the traditional testers, multi-million-dollar sale with higher gross margins, stronger competitive differentiation, and more recurring revenue from the ongoing stream of services and upgrade path. And for the customer, they solved their problem with fewer testers using less floor space in their clean room with a lower total cost of ownership. This is a very happy and loyal customer. So that's it. That's the story. Keysight Global Sales continues to be a competitive advantage for Keysight, driving long-term profitable growth. We are diversifying our base by capturing thousands of new customers every year while we continue to deepen our relationships with existing customers. We continue on our journey to doubling the number of frontline sellers while focusing on accelerating growth from services and software to accelerate our recurring revenue and to extend our reach even further with our new e-commerce platform.